I can bet that you didn't know that most business systems or ERP failures don't happen at the start. They actually happen after go live, when the system's live, the teams are trained, and nothing works the way it should. Now imagine this situation. You've spent months and a big budget renovating your house. New floors, new paint, fancy fixtures, but the plumbing was never fixed. The wiring is still faulty. And now that everything looks better, it's just easier to see the problems. That's exactly what happens when business systems or ERPs are built on broken processes. You think going live means you're done, but then approvals fail, reports don't make any sense, and people start quietly going back to spreadsheets. One company that I worked with had a very similar situation. The ERP was already live, they had done the trainings, paid the invoices, but after 3 months, nothing flowed. Purchasing was stuck, operations didn't trust the stock data, and finance was cleaning up messes every week. And their CEO told me, we've spent all this time building this crappy system, but we forgot to fix the foundation. Now, they could have ripped it all out and started again, but I told them not to. Instead, we reset. We repaired one critical process or value stream at a time. We cut the confusion in the workflow, we standardized the rules and cleaned the data, and finally, we simplified how it all worked. That's what this video is all about. If your ERP is already live but it's not working the way it should, this is how you need to fix it without starting over. So this is what the R.E.S.T framework looks like. So R is repair one critical process of value stream. So as an example, procure to pay, right? E is eliminate bottlenecks and confusions in the workflow. You want to keep it simple. S is standardizing rules and data, because you have one ERP, you want everybody to talk the same language. And T is transform the workflow after you have clarity around everything else. Hi, I'm Noel Benjamin Dcosta, and I help businesses stabilize, scale, and get the full value from their ERP and AI systems, especially when things are not going according to the plan. You can read about my work and experience and client results from my LinkedIn profile. The link is in the description. So in this video, you'll understand how to stabilize a broken ERP without going back to square one, what most ERP recovery plans get wrong, and how does the R.E.S.T framework actually bring in clarity, control, and confidence back to your project. So if your ERP is live but the pain hasn't gone away, this video will show you how to fix the foundation without tearing the whole thing down. Stick around till the end, because I'll share the exact next step to take if your ERP is live but barely holding it together. And if this video hits home at any point, drop a comment below with the words ERP reset, and I'll connect with you personally to see how I can help. So let's get into the R.E.S.T framework and break it down. So R is repair one critical process of value stream. So when your ERP is failing, it's tempting to try and fix everything. Don't. Start by repairing one critical process. I worked with a team whose purchase to pay cycle was just falling apart. It had missing data, pointless approvals, people bypassing the ERP left and right just to get things done. So we picked that process, just that one, and we made it right. So we mapped the real steps, we removed the confusion in the process, we cleaned up the upstream data, and we got that one flow stable and usable again. And within weeks, the panic started to fade. Why? Because fixing that one thing gave the team the belief that change was possible. So one repair was equal to stability. So start there. E is about eliminating bottlenecks and confusions in the workflow. So next we looked at the workflow friction, right? Most of the team delays were hidden inside the ERP, and they were stuck in approval chains and unclear screens and validation errors no one understood. So what did we do? We just moved the approvals out of the ERP into a separate workflow tool. Approvals could happen on a phone. No one had to log in just to click yes, And we also validated data before it hit the system. So errors didn't choke the process later. The result was the cycle time dropped, frustration dropped, and the ERP stopped looking like a black box. Your ERP isn't the problem. Sometimes it's the workflow wrapped around it. Why? Because it touches people. If you clean that up, suddenly things start moving again. S is about standardizing rules and data. This is where most ERPs quietly fall apart. Every team has its own way of doing things, right? And I've seen this in so many different companies, right? Finance uses one naming convention, procurement uses another, and operations uses something completely different. The result is your ERP is stuck in the middle with no idea which version of the truth to follow. In one project, we had three different departments processing the same type of requests in three different ways and then blaming the ERP when it broke. So we hit pause. We brought everyone together, we aligned the rules, we cleaned up the data definitions, and we made sure everyone was following one process and not five different processes. Once the rules and the data were standardized, the ERP stopped contradicting itself and started delivering real results. So your ERP can't fix the chaos, it can amplify clarity. So T is about transforming the workflow after you get clarity about the workflow, about the rules, and about the process. Now and only now do you transform the entire process. So most teams rush to this step first. They start redesigning, automating, throwing in dashboards, but nothing is stable. That's like putting a turbo engine in a car with no brakes. So once we had the clean process, the clean rules, and the stable workflows, we simplified it. We removed the extra steps, we automated everything that made sense, and we cleaned up the screens, removed the jargon, and made the system intuitive. And something amazing happened. People stopped fighting the system. They finally understood it, they trusted it, and they used it the right way. And that's when transformation actually sticks. Not from a flashy rollout, but from solving the right problems in the right order. So let's go over the R.E.S.T framework one more time. R is repair one critical process of value stream. E is all about eliminating the bottlenecks and the workflow confusion. S is standardizing rules and data, and T is transform the workflow after you get the clarity. So if your ERP is live but struggling, you're not alone. Most teams hit this wall, but you don't have to rip everything out and start over. You just need to press the reset button. And to make that easier, I've built a reset checklist, a simple worksheet to help your team map what's broken and how to fix it step by step. You'll find the link below. And if you want more frameworks to get your ERP and AI systems delivering real business value, subscribe, like this video, and share it with someone whose ERP needs a rescue. Drop a comment below with the words ERP reset, and I'll connect with you personally to see how I can help at no cost to you. And once you've fixed your ERP, or if you've realized it's time to replace it entirely, the next step is just as critical: choosing the right system the right way. In our next video, I'll walk you through a framework that I call DARK, a 4-step method I use to help businesses select an ERP that actually works, instead of becoming another expensive mistake. So whether you're recovering or starting, this is the clarity you'll need to move forward with confidence. Remember, the right ERP doesn't just run, it runs your business right. I'll see you in the next one.